Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Fantasy Football Expo podcast series. Folks, we're less than 3 weeks away, but it doesn't matter because we've got another new friend coming to the Expo this year. That is one Carl Ganz from Sure Shot Fantasy. What is Sure Shot Fantasy? You're going to find out next. Every day it gets closer. Every hour it gets closer. Yes, my head is exploding. Thanks for asking. I appreciate your concern. Uh, but we are here. Expo is about upon us. It's a few weeks away, and we have Carl Ganz from Sure Shot Fantasy. Carl, welcome to the show. So excited to have you guys. We saw you at FSGA. Love your app, love everything about it, but kind of introduce yourself, and where you're calling in from. I don't remember, so I'll let you tell me.
Hey everybody, yeah, I'm Carl. I'm based here in San Francisco, California. So
That's
even
it.
though it's the middle of July, I'm still wearing a jacket. I'm the CEO here at Sure Shot Fantasy, and we're super excited to be joining the expo in a few weeks, and just really excited to be here, Bob.
Yeah, no, thank you for being a part of it. Carl, let's learn a little bit about you when you got started. How did you get into fantasy football? What age were you? How many years ago? Who was the person that kind of pulled you into it? Did you go kicking and screaming? Did you go willingly? How did the whole first year of fantasy football work for you, sir?
I think I got in pretty young. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, and so I grew up before there was a football team there, or I guess between times when there was a football team there.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a local team to root for, so I kind of had to make my own team to root for, and so fantasy sports was like a very unique way as a kid to kind of find players to root for when there isn't a local team. And so I think I adopt I got into the Yahoo or the CBS Sports stuff pretty early on, middle school, high school.
There you go.
But my first real taste, I have a vivid memory of my older cousin inviting me to their works survival league.
Okay.
Where you pick one team to win each week, and even though I didn't work there and I wasn't really supposed to be in the league, they forwarded me the email invite, and I got in there, and I was like, oh yeah, I can compete with the adults, and so I
Cool.
think that was you know where, where I first fell in love with fantasy sports. And, as I got a little older, not just football, but I was in a baseball keeper league for almost a decade.
Oh, okay.
That absorbed a lot of my life. So uh, when the daily fantasy stuff came out, I thought that was so weird. It was like, hey, I've been playing this for years, not for days.
Right.
What's the point of this daily stuff?
Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah, fantasy baseball. I'm with you there. I remember doing it for a number of years. I ran the league. My cousins, my uncle, a bunch of people were in it, and man, that's just a lot of work, man. It's and then when football season comes, you start losing that focus if your team's not doing well. So yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
it's a tough
yeah.
one.
No, I had to give it up after college just because it's like I was keeping track of like 16-year-olds getting signed and things like that,
Right?
and it's like
Yeah, especially in the
I
league, right? Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So Definitely glad to have some simpler fancy things to be playing now.
Gotcha. So that all transcended into this really cool thing you've got called Sure Shot Fantasy. I'm going to let you, Carl, just expound on everything about it. Tell people what it is, what it's about, how it works, where they can, get the app. You have the
Uh,
stage, sir. You can talk as much as you want about it. Let everybody know what it is, what it's about, and how they can get it.
of course. Uh, Sure Shot is a daily fantasy sports app. We are in the process of getting into the app stores right now. We're in review right now, so we will be available on the stores possibly any week now. If you're familiar with daily fantasy sports, whether that's a DraftKings or a FanDuel or a Prize Picks or an Underdog, going to be a lot of components that are familiar, but it's also going to have its own unique twist. And so, uh, um, the way I got here, like as I said before, I was a person who loved keeper leagues. I loved strategy. I loved uh, complexity. I wasn't necessarily going into fantasy sports just for the simplicity of going an over or an under. And
Hmm.
so, when I looked at the current landscape, I saw really two landscapes. There's the sort of DFS 1.0, as they call it, FanDuel's and DraftKings, where you join a league and you build your lineup under the salary cap restraint. And that model has really been cannibalized by sharks. So these leagues are all set up in a way where there's thousands of entries. The same person can submit hundreds of lineups. Like if you were playing with your friends and your buddy beat you after submitting 100 different lineups, you wouldn't be like, "Good job, buddy." Like it's
Right.
like it's not fun. It's really more of a way for them to squeeze as many entry fees out of people as possible. And
Hmm.
so, I was really inspired by this is a little bit silly, but uh, do you know the Savannah Bananas?
Hmm. Yeah.
So the guy who invented it really just kind of said, like, I love baseball, but there are all these things that they do that are not fun, like slow games uh, and what if we just changed it and made it fun?
Hmm.
And so I said, okay, like, I, what sucks about these current apps is the sharks are taking advantage of the regular fan. What if we
Hmm.
created a platform where regular fans could just play against other regular fans and not have to worry about getting cannibalized by sharks? And so we have a couple of ways where we make the app a little bit fairer for regular fans. One component is there's matchmaking. So you're not just going into leagues with random people. We look at your history. We look at the history of all the players who are entering leagues, and we try to enter you into a league with people with comparable skill sets. So you're not going in with people who have way more data or like professionals where you're just a regular fan. Also have a new gameplay mechanic that we call flex picks. So on a traditional like FanDuel or DraftKings, you're going in and you're building your lineup under a salary cap restraint. Uh, we have that same gameplay mechanic, but what our twist is that if you don't use your full salary cap, so if you have additional money left over, you can use that money to create a flex pick. It's like a parlay where you pick over and unders on projections, but they are, instead of them being worth money like in a prize picks or a underdog, they're worth fantasy points on top of your lineup. So
Oh, nice.
you build your lineup, and then you have the option of building the parlay for fantasy points. And so there's this additional strategy component. Do I put all my resources into my lineup and try to maximize that? Or do I save some of my salary cap, apply that to my flex pick, and try to get extra value there? And so this additional layer of strategy makes it kind of harder for the people, the algorithms and the spreadsheets to take advantage of the casual fans who are just trying to submit a lineup and have a good time. And so we're really excited that come August when we're in the App Store and come football season, that all these DFS players will have an alternative that's a little bit fair and a little bit more geared toward regular fans.
Nice. I really like that. And from what I saw on the website, so the website is surefantasy.com, correct?
Yes.
Go there. As it says, you can join the wait list. So whenever it
Mm-hmm.
launches, you get. So I've got it set here because I'm going to join as soon as I get off the show here, so I can make sure I'm ready to go. You said the apps at this point are not ready to download, but by the expo they should be. That you
Yep.
said you're expecting
Yep.
it any day. And I think the cool thing is that while, of course, we're ramping up for NFL season, Expo is focused on fantasy football. They're also doing NBA, MLB, NHL, and Major League Soccer in addition to regular football. So basically, you can play Sure Shot Fantasy all year long. Am I right?
Yep, that's the goal. Yep, I mean, I think during the baseball All-Star break, there's like a small gap where everything goes silent. Maybe Christmas Day, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
maybe 360 days a year. I think we'll have you covered.
Yeah, and you got to have that because man, the itch by the end of like All Star, are we gonna bet anymore yet? But yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I can't wait to start doing it because I mean, I'm kind of like where you are. I mean, I kind of stopped playing DFS because I knew what I was competing against. Let me ask you this. Now, are you allowed multiple entries in your game, or is it a single entry per game?
It's single entry per league. So if you want to submit multiple lineups, go into multiple leagues. So I
Okay.
mean, you can play multiple lineups, but again, those are going to go into multiple leagues. So
Okay.
you can't really skew the odds in your favor the same way.
So then when you go in and create a lineup, you're creating a lineup within a league of some
Mhm.
sort. Is it a league that somebody creates or you create, or do you guys create the leagues and then people can join them?
We create the leagues. Down the road, we're going to have some ability to create these with your friends. But off the shelf, coming this August, it's going to be we create the leagues, and then we try to provide you with leagues with other players with similar skill sets,
Okay.
making sure that it's
So that's what the leagues are. That's what you talked about earlier, right? The leagues are the skill set of each league. So there'll be like basic, beginners, medium, or
yep,
whatever, or high
exactly.
profile kind of stuff. More you win, the more you're going to be moved up, right? I mean, that's kind of how
Mm-hmm.
it should work. No,
Exactly.
and I think that's great because it allows then the folks to kind of learn, get better. You get better, you're gonna play against better competition, and you should. And then you
Yep.
keep improving, and someday you'll be a shark on Sure Shot. So you'll be a Sure Shot shark. It's a lot of S's, not easy to say real fast, but you can be a Sure Shot shark at some point. So I think you should create that. Get a little hat that says Sure Shot Shark. Uh,
You, you,
that's
you
free.
mentioned learn. learning. We do offer like a free to play mode. So if you want to enter a league that's no money stakes, just to
Oh,
kind of get a sense
just
of how the
learn
game
how
plays,
it works. Yeah, great idea. Great idea.
that's available and everybody.
No, that's cool stuff. Anything else that folks need to know about now before this gets rolling? Walk them through the process of what they should do now when you get the apps up, how you'll get rolling. Maybe just walk people through since it sounds like we're days away from you guys launching and getting everything rolling. What can people do now when they're watching this video and go, okay, I need to go? Do I join the wait list, wait for the app? I mean, talk people through that process so that they are ready to go whenever you guys are ready to go.
For sure. Go to the website sureshotfantasy.com, like you mentioned. It, once we're on the app stores, that'll have a link that'll get you either to the Google Play or the Apple store, depending on what kind of phone you have. If you happen to get on there before we're on the stores yet, uh, any button there, whether at the top or on the landing page, will get you to our wait list. All we ask for is your email address. When it comes time for the App Store releases, we'll tell you, let you know that they're ready. Uh, when you download it, all we need is your name, your phone number, your address, and you should be good to go.
Caught me off guard.
Yeah,
um,
sorry about that.
no problem. All right, so you're coming to your first expo. So, Carl, tell everybody. I think I may have already dropped the hint, but tell everybody how you kind of found out about the expo and what made you guys decide to come to your first expo ever this year here in about a few weeks.
Like you mentioned, the FSGA, I heard about you guys and got an intro. I'm a big fan of trade shows, and I love the more specific, the better. I feel like you really can feel the passion. Like nobody's gonna come out to this just because they're kind of into fantasy football. Like the people coming to the expo, have a real passion, and
Mhm.
you know, I I want to learn from them. Like obviously, I have up to show, and I want to do some education and show it to people, but. I'm just as eager to learn, hear what people more about the sort of the cool, unique traditions that everyone has in their special leagues. I mean, that's
Mhm.
why I love how you always ask the question about like what kind of leagues are you in and things like that. Like everyone's got like some story. So I want to hear all the great stories.
Mhm.
And I want to learn what people are doing to keep it fun after it's been more than a decade of us all playing this regularly online, maybe 2 decades now. How are we keeping it fresh? How are we keeping it interesting? 4 decades for some of us, and so love to hear what people are doing to keep it engaged.
Yeah. No, and it's. I think you're gonna. I mean, you kind of know the camaraderie, the fellowship, and the respect, mutual respect for each other that we have at FSGA. It's the same thing, but now it's on a consumer level. So there are fans that are there to follow their favorite expert. Could be Bob Harris or Andy Behrens or JJ Zacharias and Marcus Graham, Michael Florio, you name them, they're all going to be there. There are certainly fans that are there, but I think what's cool lot of the fans come because they learn about these new apps and games and things like you've created for the first time. And, I think you mentioned it. Look, we all love, we know what FanDuel, DraftKings, Prize Picks, under all these people have done in the industry, and we appreciate that. They've put a lot of money and they've created quite a product. But after a while, it's like real fantasy. It gets a little stale. I've played this. I've done this. Okay, I'm not very good at DFS because the sharks keep killing me. So here's something for everyone, regardless of how long you've played DFS. And now there's a new spin, and now you competing against similar people, single entries, and it gives you more of a chance to maybe win a little bit of cash. Again, you're probably not going to have any millionaire competitions in this thing, but it's okay. Let's say you win $50 in a contest or $30 or whatever. It's a win. And that's what we
Yep.
want. It's win or losses. Yeah, the money's nice and it's fun to win a little cash, but stop playing the lottery tickets.
Yep.
You're just handing money to the sharks, as he said. So this is a way for all of us, I don't care what level you're at DFS wise, to come and enjoy playing a single entry, play against similar people. This is what it should be about. And I'm really excited that you are bringing Sure Shot to the expo. I think everybody's going to love this. And yeah, I just can't wait for you guys to show this off. Can't wait for it to be live on the apps. Carl, any last things you want to kind of mention about Sure Shot? I mean, let's talk about the expo itself. You're coming. Anything cool you got going on at the booth? You giving away anything fun? Is there going to be some little mini competitions with the preseason games? What do you got going on at the 2025 Expo at the Sure Shot booth?
What we'll have is a free to play version of the game at the very least, and we'll get it. Come by the booth. We'll help you get signed up on the app, and we'll get you on the free to play version of the game. Like I said, there'll be some preseason football, so not the most fun thing to play. Who knows who's going to play those games, but something to do. Uh, but we'll make sure that you come by the booth, that you get some promo codes that once we go live with the season at the end of the month or in August, you'll have some extra money in your account to try out the app,
There you go. Cool. Yeah,
and maybe we'll have some other surprises, maybe some trivia, maybe some giveaways. Just
like
come say
it.
hi. We're friendly.
Yeah. Are you going to create a league for the Expo folks only?
I think we can make that happen.
Okay, there you go. All right, you heard that, folks. So we're going to have our own Expo League, Expo-only. We'll give you a code. I don't know. I'll let him figure it out. I'm putting him on the spot. He's probably like, oh. But no, Carl, thank you again for being here with us on the show. Thank you so much for this amazing game. I can't wait to get started. I'm so excited. I've been playing DFS and haven't been playing in a while. And I think I just see a reason why to get started again. So thank you for this idea. I think it's fantastic. I know everybody at the Expo will. So once again, just before we go, tell everybody where they can find everything, all your socials and that kind of stuff, and then I'll take it out from here.
SureShotFantasy.com. If you search SureShot on Instagram or Twitter, or I guess they call it X now, you'll this, and then chances are by the time you actually see this, if you go on your phone on the app stores and just search Sure Shot, there's a very good chance you'll find us.
All right. Once again, that's Carl Ganz with Sure Shot Fantasy. Of course, I'm Bob Long with Fantasy Football Expo. Folks, we're 2.5 weeks away. If you don't have your tickets, my question is, what are you waiting on? We're this close. Prices already went up and it's going to go up at the door. So just get your tickets now. If you didn't get the newsletter, there's a coupon there for $30 off. Use that. If you didn't get the newsletter, hit me up personally. I'll give you the code. I want you to be there. I don't want this to be oh, Bob, that's $30 more than I want to spend. No, I want you to be there. You got to be there. So come and visit us and come see Carl at Sure Shot. And I'm going to hit this button. You're going to see where you can get your tickets, all the socials to follow. Once again, everybody, take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching. Lock in your 2025 football tickets now at thefantasyfootballexpo.com. Hit subscribe and check out one of these excellent @FF Expo videos next.